Hey everybody, it's Vic from SpyTV and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys had a good weekend and are ready for another day's work. Yuck. Um, anyway, just another feeding video. I'm not on camera today, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I tried to do things a little bit differently and use different camera techniques, but you'll see just now that they weren't all that successful. We are busy looking at Chromatus at the moment, the Nhandu Chromatus male. He's been acting up a little bit. Last week I gave him food, but he flicked it away, and then he ate it again. We ate it later on, and you'll see that he's doing the same this week. I think it's because he's quite skittish and he doesn't seem to like the light very much. He's out at night, so when it's dark he's quite active, but when I shine the light on him, he tends to shy away. So I'm presuming that's why he doesn't eat for the videos. It's probably because of the light, so he just doesn't like to be in the spotlight. You'll see now as that roach approaches him and walks right by him, right there with him. So that is not Nhandu Chromatus behavior. But yeah, anyway, but that's pretty much it for him. So let's get on to the next one. And this is where you'll see that the footage is a little bit on the poor side. I put the camera inside the enclosure with the spider, and I used two chopsticks to push into the substrate because it is nice and deep, and I obviously leant the phone across onto that as a support. You'll see great takedown she took there on the first cockroach that went in there. It's a red runner or a Turk roach, and there's a couple more that were in there, and you can see she just flicked them away. But they're not the smartest of roaches because they keep on going back to her, and you'll see here they kind of dig underneath her, and then she grabs one of them. Boom, there we go. So now this is where it gets even worse because she comes up right next to the phone. She was about an inch away from the phone, there maybe a little bit further, and decided that that wasn't close enough, and you'll see now in a second that she actually moves even closer to the phone. Now at this point over here I'm thinking, well, it's going to be difficult to take the phone out, and when she moves there, now I'm thinking it's absolutely impossible. I'm not going to be able to get the phone out of there. So you'll see that it takes a bit of time now for me to do anything, because now I'm sitting there thinking, well, this isn't the greatest of situations, because I can't get I'm really hesitant about taking the phone out of there, because obviously we know the feeding response of Nhandu Chromatus. So yeah, you'll see that there is a bit of movement here now from her as she flicks the other roach away. You can't really see it on the camera. You can only see her butt there, but she flicks the roach away. You'll also see there in the background, in the back of her plastic tub there, that her molt is still in there. That's because she likes to stay in that hide, and obviously I'm not going to put my hands in there to try and take that out, particularly because she is pretty hungry as well. So yeah, so that was the reason why that was still stuck in there, but I did try to take it out a bit later on, which you'll see in a short time. Now it's around about this point where I start feeling a little bit more brave, and I actually use the clothes peg to grab my phone and pull it out of there, so that I could change the angle and get you some better footage. So there's me tapping on the glass with the stick there to try and get her attention to move back down. But fortunately the roach was there, and she kind of seemed to be following that around. So, but yeah, and there we go. She grabbed the roach while I was trying to take the phone out, and I just about soiled myself. And here's the rearrangement of the camera. So the footage seems to get a little bit better after this point. You'll see me here. There's a where I move one of the chopsticks out of the way just now. But there we go. So yeah, so I've kind of used the chopsticks as props to keep the camera in the right position, and then I can safely film without getting glare on the glass as well. So the footage should be quite a lot more clear than usual. And here she does a really cool happy dance. She did this for quite some time actually. I've edited out quite a lot of this, but she went on and on and on and on, webbing on the floor there. And yeah, so while she got busy with that, I decided to, a little bit later on, once I've seen that she's pretty occupied with what she was doing with her meal and doing her happy dance, I thought it's probably the best opportunity that I've had for the last 2 weeks to get that molt out of there. So you'll see me scratching about there in a little while trying to get it out. So, but she's really a beautiful tarantula, and she's grown quite a lot since that last molt of hers. And you'll see the molt that I pull out of there just now. And here's just some footage of her. I kind of slowed it down here just so we could see, and I zoomed in a little bit. You can just see how striking her colors are. And that is quite a large mouthful of food that she's got there. 3 adult Turk roaches, or red runners, the female red runners. So she's definitely got a decent meal there. So here's where the molt theft happens. And this wasn't the most successful either. I was watching through the camera, and that gave me a blooming heart attack. So when that fell down there, because I was looking in the screen, and my face was quite close to the screen. And yeah, just hear some fang action from her as well, so you can see how busy she is. And those fangs are pretty big. You'll see in the photographs now. There's the old molt, so she's definitely a lot bigger than that now. A very, very impressive spider, and there's the fangs. And the next picture, I've just tried to zoom in. You can actually see the little hypodermic holes in those fangs. And I learned my lesson with Choco, so I seem to get much better footage on Kong's one, because I've kind of got the camera in the right angle first. It took me a while to get that done, and boom, there was the first takedown. And it's not too much longer after the edit here that she gets the other one, which is another quite impressive takedown. This one was actually, it molted about a week or 2 before Choco molted. She was a lot smaller than what Choco is, or was before her molt, but they're pretty much the same size now. These put on a heck of a lot of size when they molt. So very, very impressive. And here she decides to show me, look, I'm eating, look at what I've got in my mouth. So yeah, another disgusting roach goo kind of frame, and she comes right up to the camera to show us. Yeah, beautiful tarantula this. I really love the Lassiodora Difficilis. Very close family to the Lassiodora klugi and the Lassiodora perihabana, which a lot of people have in their collections. This one I don't seem to see a lot of, but at least I know that Dave from Area Arachnids and Martin from Martin's Tank Talk have got them as well. And there's another close-up of her food. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you having a look at this video. And yep, read the credits and do as they say. Thank you, guys. Cheers.